Greetings. Welcome to a movement mindful moment with Jen. Our short practice today will be on our backs. So if you have a yoga mat, great. If you're just on the floor on a surface that feels comfortable, that's great too. So let that just be your first piece. How does it feel to come to your back? Let this be a transition that's thoughtful, just not only from the idea of taking care of our bodies to come to our back, but also just thinking about that arrival to this moment. So as you come onto your back, maybe you find a little movement, a little sway, maybe there's stillness. But whatever that is, can you get just a little squishy and a little heavy into the ground in that best way? If there's moments that you feel like you're holding on to just so many things in your day, let this be the time where the earth holds you. And just with that frame, what can soften in your body? And as you start to consider that sense of ease, letting your arms just gently rest at your sides, knees bent, feet maybe a little bit wider than hips, and just start to sway through the legs like windshield wiper type movements. And starting just with a really mindful range of motion to start to notice what you feel when we have this little sway in the body. This is a really lovely just way to move to help our lower back kind of get unstuck, so to speak. So I really like doing this even first thing in the morning or just any time of the day where your back, your body just feels some tension. Taking just a few more breaths to just gently sway, letting your body again be really relaxed. Your shoulders maybe even lifting a little bit as you find that slight twist in the body. And then when you're ready, we'll pause in stillness, bringing your feet back to about hip distance, knees still bent, bringing right ankle onto left thigh. Create a figure four shape and just pause and feel this shape come into the body. Maybe there's a little connection to press gently right hand into right leg. Just feel a little moment here. You could even sway side to side. Perhaps you do reach through and lift the leg, but just being really mindful as we've not done a full warming for a stretch like this, just taking an approach to this stretch that gives you some sensation but doesn't create a conquest in your mind to create the biggest stretch ever. We're just trying to feel. This shape just inherently is so powerful for hips and lower back. So just letting that shape take hold without being too aggressive. If you did lift the leg, set the foot back down. Uncross, plant right foot next to left. Take a big inhale, reach your arms overhead, maybe give a little movement of your shoulder blades so they stay down away from your ears, and a gentle grab of your left wrist to just pick up your upper body and tilt it to the upper right corner of your mat. Soften through your left shoulder. See if you can create more space by sending your left hip away from your left shoulder and draw your left ribs down. So if it felt like your back was arching, just energize a little bit to keep the imprint of your body on the mat. Full breath in, full breath out. Use an inhale to come back to center with the spine, arms at your sides, figure four, other direction, left ankle on right thigh. Just notice what happens when you just bring in the shape. You could give a little press again, left hand into left thigh. You could find some rocking and a little swaying. You could reach through and grab the right leg. Any of these things may even be shifting from day to day. So if you're finding this practice a few times, the shape might be different depending on the time of day, how your body feels on a particular day. But again, just let the shape have the power that it inherently brings without having to add too much kind of action, tugging or pulling. And then setting left, right foot down if it was lifted, uncross again to plant the left foot next to right. Big breath in, reach up, stretch up, shoulders away from the ears. Gently grab right wrist to pick up and tilt your body. So I did find a lift in my body just so the shoulders don't get stuck, especially if you're on a yoga mat. Again, see if you can soften your right shoulder down. Draw your right rib cage toward the mat, and right hip feels like it's extended a little bit away from the right shoulder. Breathe into the right rib cage. Expand as you breathe in. Stay to breathe out. Inhale back to center. Bring the arms back next to your side. Gentle hug in of right knee at shin or back of thigh. If it's okay, slide the left leg out long. Really soften through the left hip. Give a little movement maybe at the ankle. Maybe you find some movement along the hip joint here, just a few circles or movements. And then taking some time to give yourself a gentle twist, just guiding that right knee across your body, rolling onto your left side just for a few breaths. Control again the range. Feel where your spine is on this moment. I do not like to connect my foot all the way to the ground. It's just too much for my spine. So just feel your just right spot. Come back to center to give that right knee one more hug and either stretch out full body stretch for a breath or two or return both knees to bend what feels best. Maybe you're in a pencil stretch, maybe you're more like a starfish. But as you're ready, we'll find the other side. So left knee comes in, right leg can stay straight from the start or eventually get there. Give a little gentle hug at shin or back of thigh, a roll of the ankle, a little movement again, perhaps around the hip. Just take some time to explore a little bit of movement and then guiding into your gentle twist as you like. And gentle again doesn't mean it's not effective. We just take that moment, whatever you start to feel, let that be worthy. This doesn't have to be the most, again, giant twist that we could possibly take right now. There's benefit to feeling just that little shift. Give whatever you're noticing a purposeful breath in and breath out. And then we'll roll back to center. Hug that knee in one more time. And again, full body stretch or stretch the arms overhead, maybe with the knees bent. Just take this opportunity to take up some space on your mat. And as you exhale, bringing one hand over your heart, the other hand over the top, knees bent or legs extended, sealing in with one more deep breath in. Exhale, let go. Thank you for making time for this stretch. Feel free to stay and rest as your schedule allows. Namaste.